Am I on?
There you are, Mr. Mick Mars.
Yeah, yeah, I am.
Welcome to Australia.
Thank you. I'm trying
How
to
are
get you up now. You're at the bottom of the picture. Let me see if I
Well,
can reverse this.
we're at the bottom of the world, so it makes sense.
There we go.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic, and congratulations on the album.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
So
I'm trying-
I know you're probably the kind of guy that doesn't really do much except want to please himself, but your album did debut at number 4 overall and number 3 on the rock charts in Australia.
How's that, huh?
Fuck yes.
I'm surprised myself, you know.
Well, actually, to be honest
Really?
with you, I'm not.
Yeah, there
I'm
you
not.
are.
Yeah.
Why?
Um, just because it's actually a really honest album,
Yeah. Oh, thanks, man.
which is something we've been missing in music. Like there is a lot of good music around, but a lot of it you can just tell is crap from a computer.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's like I like the real audio, not so much fake stuff.
Yeah,
The loop stuff, I guess
the
they
loop.
call
Yeah,
it. They,
yep.
yeah.
Well, yeah, it's a long time since you placed an ad that said loud, rude, aggressive guitar player. And not that you haven't been loud, rude, and aggressive, but this album is kind of the epitome of it.
Oh, thanks. Well, yeah, it's
Yeah, I I've got to say, like these songs, I know that this album has been in the can for a while.
oh
Um,
yeah.
but they don't sound dated. Are you proud of the fact that they've been able to live on a shelf for a while and come out and be so fresh?
Um, you know that I started recording quite a while ago, but those songs were very too much dated.
Yep.
So I had to reinvent myself again, I guess. And purposely, I mean, I didn't want to overstep boundaries to where I'm like, a teenager or that kind of stuff, like the modern music. I still write like me, but I want to like current. I mean, I already did the 80s stuff, I already did the 90s stuff.
Yep.
So I was thinking like, what can I do? And it's like, I don't know, I've always liked uh, mm, I don't even know really of how to say it other than cinematic type music,
Yep.
which is a bit more broad, but it doesn't like I mean undone. That's the play. It's
Yeah.
like that's the kind of stuff that I'm really heading for. But I still want to be as diverse as this record on my next. Diversity matters to me a lot. Every song in the same key, every song sounds the same,
Yeah.
you know. So I had to step away from that.
I do have to say thank you for one thing first up. The
Yes.
instrumental. I hate instrumentals that go on too long and don't make a point. Like
Uh-huh.
it's just sort of there for the guitar player just to flex. Whereas
Yes.
your guitar lines in that are basically lyrics without being sung, and
Thank you.
it gets in and it makes the point. So thank you for not ending the album on a 15-minute instrumental.
That's all good. It's that song came about, LA Noir, uh came about, it's like uh I wrote that lick many years ago, and it's because that I love that era of music so much, the old black and white sleuth movies with the
Right.
you know
Yes.
the old detectives in the private eyes, and they always had that sleazy music going on.
Yep.
So that's where I took it from, and you know
Yeah.
just played around with it.
Well, as you said, all of the songs do have cinematic sounds to them,
Yes.
and they weave in and out of the riffs.
Mm.
So when you sat down to work with, say, Paul Taylor and Jacob
Hmm.
Bunton,
Hmm.
what was your MO, for want of a better word?
um you know just having more input.
Yep.
You know, more of like I got this and this and this and this. What do you think about? And then they'll come up with like, hey, how about, this kind of a thing. And it's like, just the normal, like if you were a band and, collaborating with your bandmates, about the same thing,
Yep. Yeah, it does seem like you're all on the same path with the songs.
Oh yeah. Paul and I are on the exact same page.
Right. I did hear him on an interview with Eddie Trunk talk about how you came to him with a song based on piano, but you had the lick basically worked on guitar. Is that correct initially?
Yes. Yeah. Memories.
Yeah.
It's the last song on side 1.
Yeah. So how hard was that to get? Well, Paul Taylor is a very well-versed musician, but was that a little bit difficult to go between the two of you, between the guitar sounds and the piano?
No, not at all. It's when he brought it back, because he took it home on his time and to make it right, and he brought it back, and I said, perfect. And Jacob had already sung on it, and it came back, and I went, perfect. Don't do anything else.
Yeah.
No guitars, no bombastic crap coming in like after the first verse when the chorus comes in and blows up. No. I just wanted it how it is,
Yeah, there's none of this going up an octave 80s power ballads on your album.
Yes.
Yes.
But you gotta throw one in here and there. Not the power ballad, but just like a mellow thing that you can sit back and float around with, I guess.
Yeah. I know you've never been a fan of the power ballad.
No, not really.
Yeah. No, and that's okay. I think, I know you're very blues influenced from back in the day. And while this isn't a blues album, there's a lot of heavy blues licks based around rock songs. Would you agree?
Yes. Yeah, I would agree. Pretty simple melodic kind of a solo that you can like remember or sing with or whatever, and you go like, what am I humming in my head? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing is an important part of my self, my being, or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that I'm living in.
There's two guitar players in my musical history that you can sing the solos, and that's you and Slash.
Oh yeah.
And they should be I know I've heard you say this in an interview back in the day, that the solo should be a song within a song.
That I agree with that.
Yeah.
A billion percent.
So tell me what song on the album you think was actually sort of, because I know you started with Michael Wagner, and then you've also got Paul, you've got Jacob. What song do you think was actually dissected the most for the album?
Actually, really, let me see, most dissected, but I can't really think of any. I mean, there was like edit parts, that I go like, no, that's not. That was, I think, on. I mean, it was so minor. I can't remember It may have been. I can't. Yeah.
We'll do a part 2 down the track, and we'll work on that one. So,
yes,
I've got to say, a lot of people are going to ask for comparisons to your old band, and they're probably not really going to find them except in something sort of like Ready to Roll, which is the windows down, barnstorming, straight ahead rock song. But for me, I grew up a fan of the '94 album. It's the greatest, the greatest album, and this just has. It's basically like you went, okay, people are going to know me from my previous band. I can't change that. but I can also build my musical catalog based on what I love. And I know that your footprint is all over that record. So would you say this is a very long-winded progression from those times?
You know, that album was, I mean, to me, it was the best thing, you know, to me too, musically, sonically, everything about it, the structure of the song. But I didn't want to really go back to that either.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, John lives down the street from me. I could have gone like, hey, John, come on over and blah, 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 blah. But, you know, like I said, I wanted to make a different impression or progression with this music, you know, and my next album that I'm working on now will be a little more, like I say, next step, next level.
Yep.
You know, just a little at a time. So it's like, you know, easy, and you go like, whoa, you know, and that's what I'm trying to do. Whether it works, I don't know, you know, but I'm playing around with a lot of things, you know, and trying to keep it understandable, but also to be a little bit off kilter, I guess.
A little bit Mars.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. You've in all of your playing, you've never been one to follow a formula.
No, nah. Nah, that gets pretty boring, I think, huh?
Yeah. And at the end of the day, like, you know, say with our website, we're a genre-free website. Why? Because we think that if you stay in your lane, you miss out on a lot of great shit.
Yeah, well, you know what? There was you know, when you get like something stuck in your head that you really don't like.
Yes.
Well, I really try to avoid that, but you know, I know that there are going to be people that, you know, don't like, and it's still, you know, but I do my best.
Well, I actually have to say you've done your best on this one for where you're at, because like a song like Killing Breed, that's just it's one of the ones where I can't not listen to it multiple times in a row.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
that's great.
Go ahead.
No, I was listening. I was listening to you. I didn't mean to interrupt or anything.
No, it's just like you talk about the cinematic vibe of it, but there's just this undeniable power in that song that's just, you need to go back a few times and actually soak it in.
Yes. Yeah. And it, you know, it's, you know, based on that kind of a thing where, you know, you have a job or whatever, a relationship or anything else, and you put everything you can into it. Got nothing left to bleed. You know, they're the killing breed.
You know? I know that was your standout song when you were working on the album. Is that correct?
Yes.
Well, now I know that you said you probably will maybe play one local show, but you just can't tour purely for, you know, ankylosing spondylitis, long flights, buses. It's just not fun. It's not fun for anybody.
I mean, yeah. I mean, with this, you know, what is the worst about, I mean, other than like, you know, stupid pain, is holding my head up. Because I mean, it's stiff, but still, you know, my muscles in the back of my neck are just like, it's cruddy. But
it's cruddy.
But I can still work. That's okay.
Yeah.
My fingers work, my arms work, my hands work. It's all good.
And most importantly, the brain controlling them works very well.
Yes, and I gotta, you know, it makes me happy that I can see that. You still, it is a little, it's, I mean, touring is like, you know, it is a beating. I wish I
Yep.
could. And that's where the, that part comes in where I go like, because
Yeah.
I like the people to hear this live,
Well, could you see maybe a small residency in Nashville?
Oh yeah, I could do that.
Yeah.
Or, just about any place if it's a residency, because, you go like a couple of days early and rest up and do that. You play your gig, take your elevator up, go back to bed
Go back to
or
bed.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of thing would be good.
And look, I'm not even 50 and I just came off 2 days with Slash and I'm dead.
Ah, good old Slash, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My buddies are in his band, so I was taking their photos. But
Ah,
I couldn't imagine doing a bus for a year,
ah,
a bus for a
yeah.
few months, even even the Jets. It's just I don't think age discriminates. Like with your health condition, that's very discriminatory to you. But the travel is just unfair.
Yeah, it's not easy on me anymore,
Yeah.
Um, it's get. I always stumble around like this because I don't want to be old.
No.
But I am old, So it's like Keith, me, and Willie Nelson.
Yep.
We taught each other how to play guitar.
Sure.
No, but that probably didn't make any sense. But
It made perfect sense to me.
okay, but yeah, I mean,
it's not that it's not that you don't want to tour. It's just a reality that
my stupid body says nope.
Yeah, and you can do a residency, but at the end of the day, you're already on album 2, so
yeah.
we'll be able to get great output from you without needing to see you face to face.
Right to the next album, you're gonna go, what?
Excellent. I love the videos and the fact that you did one of them in your backyard, correct?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's
And the first one,
yeah.
Well to the Lie. I did that in my backyard, yeah.
And that's the thing, like a lot of people, with the use of AI and all the fake bullshit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love the fact that you just walked out into your backyard and went, let's just shoot a video, and it looks just as good as anything created on a computer.
Yeah, didn't cost me that much money either, because I'm paying for everything, right?
Yeah,
it's all out of pocket for me. I'm like, the stuff, because I'm my own record label, right?
Yep.
So
1313.
Yeah. So
that's great. So
I don't like to be doing business, man.
Well, I bet that you've had to wear a lot of hats over the years, and especially being yourself now, you've got the businessman hat. But I think the fact that you kept the videos very simple but still cinematic. So I think that's it actually just looks like it should for a Mick Mars video.
Yes, exactly that.
Yeah. Now, tell me about meeting Jacob Bunton. So Jacob came on my radar because he sang with Steve Adler for quite a while. And in researching him, I cannot believe the amount of songs he has written for other people and the fact that he just flies under the radar so well. Well,
yeah, he does.
Maybe not as much now because, Mars is in his face. So, so tell me about meeting Jacob.
Well, Jacob came on board because I was looking for. I went through like quite a few singers.
Yep.
And unfortunately, it wasn't like what I wanted to really hear. Paul brought in Jacob, and I go, okay, and he goes, well, he's won a few Grammys and he's done this, and I go, cool, let's hear him. He brought him over, and I went like, okay, you're in, you fit this thing that and a good writer, a really very talented multi-instrumentalist. He did all the violins and violas and stuff on Memories, and he mocked the guitar solo with his violins because he loved the guitar solo so much. So, but yeah, Jacob's a great guy.
Will you be looking to keep him to sing on album 2, or do you think you may look at a different singer based on what the songs are going to be?
You know, I've got, maybe I'll put another person on there as well.
Yeah.
You know, if I find stuff that with Jacob, of course, I mean, he's the first on the list.
Yeah.
But there's like some other things that I'm doing that is really even more a little off weirdness.
Yeah.
So I have to see what comes from that. I mean, I got some stuff that's so different, but it's still melodic and you can understand what is going on, but it requires two vocalists
Right. Okay.
and two different types of music. But
Wow.
it fits. It's weird. It's just like breeding two dogs that are different. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And you get like a cool looking dog that goes like, hey.
Oh, there you go. There's your album title, Mars Mixed Breed.
There you go.
We've got it done. Copyright it now.
Okay.
So
you've already done.
it's all yours, man. All yours. Now, I know that you were going to do a blues album for quite some time. Is there any plans for a blues album?
Well, you know, I've done things and people have asked me that before. Would I, you know, I might just like put one on this next album.
Yep.
Blues song, but you know, not like a more like a I don't want to say like Gary Moore,
Yep.
Edgar Winter, Johnny, you know, that kind of like stuff that just like Frankenstein with
Yep.
Edgar Winter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's still rock, but it's blues. You know?
You want to do a Marsified blues song?
Yeah, I could do that. I played with Edgar before on Carmine Apice's album Zeus, Guitar Zeus, and we worked together. And I talked to him a bit on the phone. It was like cool.
That would have been cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So for you, besides the new Mick Mars album, what music today is making a statement?
Pardon me?
For you, besides your own album, of course, what new music is making a statement today?
Yeah, you know, I'm kind of like a really old school guy, so I pretty much, you know, there's bands out there. You know, I don't know. I guess I'm weird. I mostly listen to really old stuff like 60s and 70s and that kind of stuff. And I mean, I'm familiar with the you know the new music and that, and but as far as like sitting down and you know really listening, I'm kind of like yeah, I don't want to be that guy, but I don't listen to it that much.
That's fair. For you, was the hardest part of this album waiting to actually put it out?
Pardon me?
Was the hardest part for you with this album the actual waiting to put it out? Because it did sit on the shelf for a long time.
There were a lot of stumbling blocks in my way.
Yeah,
I had to get rid of, you know, and to be able to get this record out.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of things in the way.
What's your time frame for the next album? Because you know, I know for sure that you're already well into it.
Yes, I've got. Excuse me. I've got at least 4, you know, really solid ideas. You know, they need a little bit of work, but I'm trying to make them like a little bit shorter.
Yep.
You know, for other reasons than you know dragging on and on and on. It's cool, but you know, after a while you go like, how long is this?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to trim that stuff down a little bit, but still thick, heavy, mean, aggressive, and cinematic, and
Yep.
then I'm going to mash my face into the cement kind of song, all that kind
Love
of
it.
stuff. So yeah.
Awesome, Mick. So as I let you go, we're out of our time for today. I'm going to thank you for actually not giving up on getting this album out after all of those stumbling blocks.
Yes.
Thank you for being you and putting out you as an album. That's really important, because I think that we've got far too many people that trend hop to make a sale.
Yeah. Well,
and I know you're just not capable of doing that within you. It's just, you can't be fake.
no, I'm just me, and I try to be a good person, but
Yep. But yeah, I just want,
but
thanks for the album. While I know we won't see you probably in Australia unless we can get some sort of residency going out here,
yeah.
I hopefully will talk to you for album 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and on and on.
Okay.
I look forward to it. So, is there anything that you want to let your friends and fans know in Australia before I let you go?
I wish that I could be there, and if I can get there with a residency or maybe a one-off, I will be there. And thank you for liking my album, making it #1, on the iTunes thing. What?
Yep.
So it was like a shock, and I'm very, I sometimes I really don't know what to say,
No, it was deserved, man. It was deserved, because it's a great album.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for your time. And again, hit me up for album 2. We'll talk again.
Okay, will do.
Take care,
thank
Mick.
you for having me. Thank you
No
for having
problem.
me.
My pleasure.
Okay.
Have a good day.
All right.
Bye-bye.
You too.